Hello everybody, I am Syed Musa Khalim from Epicop, and today we'll talk about models in Ionic 3. So before we get started, I would like to show you the command which is used to create the new project. You probably know this command, Ionic start and your project name and the template starter. In my case I am selecting blank, so I have already created my project. So I'll jump into my project and I'll show you. Yeah, you can see here I have my home.html and home.ts open here. So in home.html I'll create a button, and that button will be for the model button, and then let's give ion button, and also give the click event to this button, and let's call the method that is show model and give the name as show model, and save this and let's hop to the home.ts file and let's import the model controller. As we are creating the model, so we need to import this model controller from Ionic Angular. As you can see here, after importing this from Ionic Angular, we need to pass the parameter, and that parameter will be my model, which is of type model controller. So below this I'll create my method show model, and I'll say firstly I'll create my object, my data object. You could say data equals to the name, which is of type string, and I'm giving ybm, comma, the number, which is of type number, or you could also take string 786 and close this object. You might be wondering why I created this object. Well, I want to pass this object along with the model. So this is the object. So let's create a method, or let's create this object, this dot my model dot create. This function will create your model. When you hover on this, you can see here that it does not match any signature of the call target. You need to pass the component data, which is optional, and the options, model options, you can also pass. So you need to pass, you can see here I'll give model page the component. So you might be wondering what this page is. Well, this page is the model page which I have created here, modal.html and modal.ts. As you can see here, I have a model folder, and to generate or to create this page you need to use Ionic G page and your page name. If you use this command, then you can easily generate your page. Ionic G stands for generate page, and your page name. That's all about the generation of page. So I have created my model page and I'm passing the component inside the options. You can see here model page. Previously in Ionic 2 or in the earlier version of Ionic, you need to import the pages from the directory or from the root, but now it is not mandatory. You can use this model page, which automatically redirects you to the model page, model.html file. So this is the advantage. And after passing this component, when we hover on this, you can see here the component which is of type any, data which is optional and it is also type any, and the options, which is all the options are also optional. And this extends, or these options are of type model options. So these are the three parameters in model controller.create method. And when we give comma, inside this you can also pass your object. You can see here, which I have created above, the data object. Data object. And also you can pass model options. For now it is okay. I'm passing the data object inside the create method. Now we'll move to the model.html file, which is present right beside this file. So if we save this and if we run on Ionic lab using command called Ionic lab, hit enter. This command will run your application on Ionic lab. Previously the command was Ionic serve-l. You might have noticed this command in the earlier version of Ionic, but now you could also use this command to run your Ionic app on Ionic lab. And the command is Ionic lab. That's the beauty of Ionic CLI beauty. You could use this. Till then I'll show you the close button of model. We'll create a close button, ion button, and we'll give a click event to this button, and we'll call a method close model, and we'll give close. And yeah, you can see here it is running, it is compiling. We have to wait for this to be completed. So we have created a close button, and we have given a close model method inside the click event. We are calling that method on the close event. So we can call it here, but it is running. I'll show you within few minutes that how we can. Yeah, you can see here when we click this, it is not working. Might be we are doing something wrong. Now I have figured out my mistake, what I am doing wrong here. We are creating the model, but we are not using the present method to show to display it on the screen. Let's save this and we'll run in the Ionic lab and we'll see if it works fine or not. So this is the method of creating a model in Ionic 3. Just you have to create an object if you want to pass it along the parameter of if you want to pass it as a parameter of create method. It is now running. This create method will open this model which is empty now, but I'll show you how to give the closing button for dismissing the model. You could also give the closing button in the content, but I don't want to give. Show model, it is showing now, but the closing button is not present at the moment, and we need to create that using ion buttons. Closing tag, inside this ion button tag we'll take a button tag and we'll give ion button, ion hyphen button, and we'll give a click event and we'll call a method called close model, and we'll give the name of the button as close. And now we'll use this method inside model.ts file. For closing or for dismissing the model, you need to import the view controller from Ionic Angular, because you cannot close the model until you import this view controller. So you have to import this and you have to pass it as a parameter inside inside your constructor view, and which is of type view controller, and this view can be used to close or can be used to dismiss your model. So you can dismiss your model using this dismiss method. And now I'll show you some more life cycle events of model. Like I have shown you the create and present. Some more methods are there. Model dot on did dismiss. Yeah, you can see here on did dismiss, on will dismiss. These are two more life cycle events. You can use it according to your situation, but I'm not gonna use this in my case, so I'll not use it. And yeah, you can see here I have created a model which is showing this model page. As I have said earlier, this is the Ionic 3 type, or you could see you could tell the TypeScript new rule of defining the method or defining your component. You don't need to import statement, you don't need to include the import statement at the above. You can see here like in the previous version, you just need to provide the page name along with the page, so it automatically takes your page. And also we have created an object and we are passing it, and which is of type data. When we hover on this create method, you can see here the first component and the second data, which is of type any, and it is optional. You can see here which is optional, and the third one is the options, model options. So we have passed this object in the create method. We are not using it inside the model page, but I'll show you how you can use that. Take one variable constant get data, and before taking that you need to understand about the nav params. Nav params can be used to get data when the page navigation occurs. My data, you can see here parameter of type string. You can see here the same name of the data should be provided, and finally I'm gonna display it in my console.log get data. So this will show the object which we are passing while creating the model inside the console, so that we can have a quick look at the object. And also I have created a close button. You can see here it might take some time to run or to refresh. So this is the way you could create models in Ionic 3. And one more thing I would like to show you, and that thing is the model options. You can explore more about at Ionic documentation. When you click this button, you can see here our this one is not working. We need to save this, and we need to save this as well. We need to save all files so that we can so our app can work, or so our app can function properly. We don't have to bother about the reloading because it's not our work. The browser may time, or Ionic Lab may take some time to run. uh, I have selected two platforms. The first one is Android and the next one is iOS. You could also select Windows from the platforms drop down, as you are seeing at the top right of this page. Here it is beside the open full screen option. So this is our model. It's still not working because of I guess because of this one, public, and we'll save this. We'll save this method and we'll see it works fine or not. Close model is a function, is a method which we are calling on a click event of close button, and after calling that function we are dismissing our model. That's it. Let's see why it is not working. Yeah, our application is ready now. It is still not working. It is not working. Close model, and the model method this dot view dot dismiss, this dot view dot dismiss. Yeah, you can see here the dismiss method is of type view. Let's see if it worked fine or not. All the options I have given I have included in here. I have included in this file, and we are getting this issue because of some reason, and I'm not figuring it out now. mm, you can see, but if we give this button inside our content, we'll remove this from the navbar and we'll give it in the content, and we'll see if it's work if it is if it works or not. We'll see. I have given the close button for the model in the content itself, in the body itself. Now we'll see the functionality of this app. After this, I have one more thing to show you. Click. It is still not working because yeah, I got my point here. I got my mistake. I got the solution for my mistake. What I was doing wrong here is I haven't give the opening and the closing braces. Yeah, you can see here the close model method. It is a method, so we need to give the parenthesis. So yeah, you can see when we close this button, now it is working. It is dismissing from the page. The model is dismissing from the page. You could also pass uh, let's create an object constant model options. I'll show you. I'm showing you about the model options here. Let's create an object which is of type model options equals to this semicolon. Yeah, you can see here when we hover on model options, actually it's an interface. When we right click on this and when we go to definition, you can see here it's an interface and it has some properties. It has some options as well. Show backdrop, which is of type boolean, enable backdrop, boolean value, and enter and leave animations are also present in this interface, so that you can give your animations. And you can also give the custom CSS class which is of type string. Now we'll use the model option, which is enable backdrop dismiss, which is of type false. You can see here we are disabling the backdrop dismiss. If it is false, then the model will appear in a new way. So I'll pass this option inside here. You can see here the options which is of type any. So I am passing this as model options. Model options. You can see here. So here is the model and how we have created. You can see this. You can see that we have created model using create method. Firstly, we have created a button for showing the model, and in this method I have created one constant object, and I have created using create method, and I have given the model page name of the page. I have passed the data which is of type data and the model options. So model dot present is used for displaying your model, and in the model.html I have created a button for dismissing the model. and you can see finally we have used the view controller to dismiss it, and this will appear in the console.log. When we click this and when we go to console, you can see here eh, the object which is undefined. You can see here the option is undefined. You can define it here in this braces. So hope it is clear so far about the model, how you can create model in Ionic 3, and hope you enjoy this video. If you find this video helpful, then please drop your feedback in the comment section below. Like and subscribe my channel, and please share my videos with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks again for watching my video.